Hello, all, and welcome to our session today on Socrative. Socrative is a cloud based student response system. Students share their understandings by answering formative assessment questions in a variety of formats. Students love Socrative. Socrative is similar to your Kahoots and your quizzes. It's just a fun and engaging way to assess students. On the homepage, all you need to do is you need to go to Socrative.com. Your classroom app for fun, effective engagement, and on-the-fly assessment. So go ahead and go to Socrative.com. And then you want to click log in. It is free to register with Socrative. You can log in with Google or whatnot. And you're a teacher, so you would click teacher login. Or if you haven't signed up yet, you would click sign up now. All right, so I'll give you guys a moment to log in or sign up for your Socrative account. All right, so once you're signed up, we're going to do our teacher login, and you will come up to your dashboard or your home screen. Click sign in. You can sign in with Google also. So let me sign in. All right, so here is our home screen or our dashboard. Here's our home screen or our dashboard. So you have a few tabs. You have the Launch tab, Quizzes tab, Rooms tab, Reports tab, and Results tab. All right, the first thing I'm going to start off with is the Launch tab. This is the tab where you would launch a quiz, you would launch Space Race, you would launch an exit ticket. And a great thing with Socrative is you can launch a quick question. If you want a quick multiple choice question, quick true or false question, quick short answer question. For anything quick, you can click quick true false. Once students log into your room, they will be asked to answer true or false, and you can get real-time data. Same thing with the quick multiple choice and the quick short answer. So those are like for your quick exit tickets, or you can have an actual exit ticket where you have more than one question. But that's all on your launch pad. We'll come back to that, and I'll give you guys more information on that. I want to start off with the quizzes tab. So I want everyone to click the quizzes tab. Notice in my quizzes tab that I have all the assessments that I've created thus far. Yours may be empty. I want you guys to click add quiz. I'm going to show you how we can add a quiz or create a quiz. All right, so we can create a new quiz and we can also import quizzes. So the way Socrative imports quizzes is through Excel documents and codes. It's not as simple and as easy as your Kahoot or your quizzes where you can just search in the toolbar for a certain assessment, it'll pop up. With Socrative, takes a little bit more work and it's not that many assessments that are out there to be shared. So unless you're sharing with a colleague or a friend or someone, you can just share directly. But just to have an open database of many thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of assessments already created by teachers, Socrative doesn't really have that. There are some out there, but you would have to go to Google and you'd have to type in order of operations, Socrative assignment or assessment, and you would pull it up that way, and you'd be able to find, the code and the download. But I want you guys to create new. Click create new. And when you create new, your first option, you need to title your assessment. So I'm going to title mine test run. I want you guys to title your assessment based on something that you guys are completing right now in class. All right, we won't have time to create the whole assessment, but at least you will have a starting point with whatever assessment or that you're trying to create or exit ticket that you're trying to create. So I'm going to have mine as slope intercept form. Okay. And once you have that, you can click off and it saves automatically. Okay. Here's a button that says enable sharing. You see this code. So whenever you search online for any other Socrative assessments that have been previously created, you'll get that SOC code, and that's the code that you would input. So you have some choices. You can add a question to get started. You can do a multiple choice question, true false question, and short answer question. Okay, let's start off with the multiple choice question. I want you guys to click multiple choice and notice our multiple choice box. You have your dialog box where you would type the actual question. You have your answer boxes. You can add extra answers. You can add an explanation if you would like, and you can also upload an image. So I want you guys to create one question, one multiple choice question based on whatever content you want this Socrative assessment to house. I'm going to type my question in the box, same as you. So as I'm typing, you guys are typing in a multiple choice question as well. As you can see, and I'm just going to be talking as you guys are working. As you can see, I typed in my question, and now I can type in my answer choices. To select the correct answer, just simply click inside that circle next to your answer choices. Notice I have all my answer choices and also like my correct answer. Oftentimes, you can add an explanation if you'd like. All right. So hopefully you guys have created your first multiple choice question within Socrative. If you wanted to upload a photo, it's as simple as clicking the plus. It'll ask you to go to your desktop and add any photo you want. So I'm just going to insert a photo. Sometimes I put in funny pictures from my students. This is a picture from my classroom Bitmoji. Or let's say you wanted to put a image of the actual assignment, or maybe an image of maybe use a snipping tool to snip out an actual equation, and you put it in there, and it saves. So I can click my checkbox. You just created your first question. I want you guys now. You see how easy it is. I want you guys to create a true/false question. I want you guys to create a true/false question and also a short answer question. So once you click true/false, a box will appear. You type in the question, you select whether the answer should be true or false, and you can type in an explanation if you'd like, and you can also insert an image. So I want you guys to type in a true/false question. Now so I typed in my question. I selected the correct answer. Now I'm typing in an explanation if you'd like. You don't have to have an explanation. If you want to upload an image on this one, you can. If you don't think this one needs an image, you don't have to. Let's say you thought you wanted a true and false question and you change your mind, you can simply click the trash can and that question goes away. So type in your true or false question. Make sure you select your correct answer as in true or false. Guys, a little bit more time. Awesome. And when you're done, remember you're going to click that check mark that'll save your progress. So far, we have a multiple choice question. We have a true false question. And now I want you guys to, your last choice, add a short answer question. And with your short answer questions, you can have your correct answer as an option, or when students submit, you would go through yourself and you would check them. When I create my assessments through Socrative, I oftentimes I don't type in a correct answer for the short answer. I have my students submit their short answer, then I go through and I check myself. And again, you can add an explanation if you'd like. And once you're done, you can click that check. All right, so we have 3 good solid questions. Whenever you are done with your assessment, and at any point in time, you can change the order. You want to move this question up or move this question down, you can use those arrows. Okay, you can also duplicate a question. Let's say I already saved the question, and let's say I selected the wrong correct answer. I can click edit, and that puts me back in edit mode. And you can also add images to the actual answer choices. And you can take away answer choices. But once you're done, you need to click that blue check mark to save it. Once you're done with your assessment, you can click save and exit. And it says assessment save, quiz save. And now that should be the first thing in your list. Be the first thing in my list. And it has the date that it was modified. All right, and this is still on that quizzes tab. We clicked add quiz and we click create new. Now notice on this is the slope intercept form, or this is the assessment that we just created. You should see the assessment that you just created. You can always make a copy. You can also download. Maybe you have a couple students, maybe with accommodations where they get hard copy assignments. You can download it, and then you can also share it directly to any teacher or students that you need. If you share this with a teacher, they can directly download this or import this into their accounts. Now it has that SOC number. All right, so we have one created. I want you guys to go back to the launch pad. Let's say you're ready to administer the quiz. you would click on quiz. Please, please confirm, would you like to stop the current activity and start a new one? Yes. The only reason this dialog box is popping up is because I used this previously. This means, do I want to end the other session? Yes. And now it's asking me to click the assessment that I would like to use. So click the assessment that you just created. Step 2, I'm going to choose the delivery method and the settings. I'm going to click next. You can have instant feedback. Do you want open navigation for the students, or do you want teacher paced? I oftentimes give students that instant feedback. Do you require them? Do you require their names? Do you want to shuffle the questions, shuffle answers, show question feedback, show final score? Right here it says one attempt. With the paid version, you are able to choose if it's one attempt, two attempts, or unlimited attempts. And I can click start. So this is my teacher screen. You don't want to have this projected on the board because this is where the students will show, this is what showcase all the students' data. All right. So all you need to do, you would need to tell the students to go to Socrative student or just go to Socrative.com and click join as a student. At the top will be your class name. And I will show you guys how to edit that name because you may have a generic name. All right. So to show you guys what the student data is going to look like, I'm going to log in as a student on my other device. They just need to go to Socrative.com and click on Socrative student. It'll ask them for their room name, and your room name is always at the top of your data page. So mine is Hamilton 123. I'm going to type that in. And once I click join, it asks me, or it'll ask the student to type in their name. So similar like quizzes in Kahoot. I'm going to type in my name as Hamilton Test Run. And as soon as I click done, you will see it appear. So now I know I have one student in my session. And also up here, it tells me how many participants I have in this session. If I do want to showcase this on the board and hide the names, I can hide the names. But as a student completes each question, doesn't matter the order, it lets you know the same answer the student selected on their device, whether it's right or wrong. So I'm going to answer this first question. I just answered that question, and I can see that Hamilton Test Run on question 3 answered true, which was the incorrect answer. And I can see on the first question, he got it right. I can set my data by progress. I can set my data by the actual score that student is going to receive, the score percent, and the actual score number. So I've gotten 1 out of 3 correct. Last question. Now notice this last question here, there's no percentage or anything down here because this is that short answer question. Okay, this is that short answer question that I will go back and edit or see my students' responses. At any point in time, let's say Hamilton Test Run, I can click on one of the questions if I want to remember what the question was. I can see one out of 1 students answered. You can click on how do we do. And I can always go back to the results table. So that's the type of data you'll get from the data page when you're taking the quiz. When you're done, you can click finish. As the educator, you can click finish. Are you sure you want to end the current activity? Okay. You can email students, customize reports, add math equations, scientific notation to your questions, and so forth if you get Socrative Pro. You can also export this data. You can do complete results, individual students' results, result summary, and an answer key PDF. This can all be downloaded. The answer key is through Pro. The result summary is through Pro. But all of these you can download easily with an Excel document. And with Pro, you can also save it to your Google Drive. That's an enhancement they added. I'm gonna exit out. Let's say I'm done with this session. To clear out the room, you would click on your little session bubble. Notice I have one student who took the test, and I can click clear room. Are you sure you want to clear all students from the Hamilton 123 room? Yes. And when I can go back to my Launchpad. Let's say I want to go back and revisit my results. I can click on the Reports tab. And here's my assessment, slope, intercept, form. The date, the time, the room name, and the quiz type. I can click on it, it pulls my data back up. So let's go back to launch. So we talked about creating an assessment. I showed you how I showed you guys how to actually put the quiz in motion. So you guys click on the rooms tab. All right, this is my room name. If you ever, your room name may be generic if you just created a Socrative account. I can click this pin button, this edit button, and I can change this room name to whatever I want it to be. If I want to change it to maybe my school's mascot is the Trojans, I can type in Trojans 123, whatever room name. You can add a room name. You can add a room name for each block. It does not matter. So let's go back to our Launchpad. The next I want to show you guys is the one thing my students love very dearly is space race. I usually do this when students come in for a warm-up. I want them to practice some of the concepts we did on the previous day. And it's almost like, it's competition and they love it. So here's launch. I want you guys to click space race. And I will select whichever assessment or whichever form that I created. I want the slope intercept form. Click next. Now with this, you need a number of teams. Let's say I have 2 teams. 2 teams all the way up to 20 teams. Do you want Socrative to auto assign or do you want student choice? And then you pick the icon. It could be the rockets, the bears, the bees, the bicycles, or the spaceships. And you can shuffle questions, shuffle answers, show final score, and so forth. Let me get my other device so you can see in real time. Then I can click start. So this is your space race dashboard. I usually have this projected on the whiteboard so the students can see their spaceship move. Now notice the colors. Earlier there was a choice on the last screen, auto assign or student pick. So auto assign meaning when the students log in, they're auto assigned a color. I do that for the sake of the headache. You can click student choice and the students pick their colors, but I've noticed that to be a little messy. So the students, just like when we took the quiz, the students would go to Socrative student and they would type in your session name. I'm going to do that right now, or the room name. It'll ask them to type in their name. Join in on these devices. All right, so my students have signed on their devices. As soon as a student gets an answer correct, their spaceship will move. If a student gets an answer incorrect, their spaceship will not move. So let's see. So we can see Magenta got a question right and they're moving. And we notice blue isn't really doing anything. I notice magenta. You can see in real time student progress. And it's pretty cool when you have maybe 10 teams and they're working in partners and the students are just having fun and they're having fun while they're learning and they're practicing their assessments. The students love it. And when you're done, you can click finish. Are you showing in this activity? Yes. And you get data. So I clicked show no answers. I can click show answers and I can see students' responses. I can click show names and I can see the students' names. I want the score percent. I want the progress percent. I want to see who finished the whole thing. I want to see the scoring number, export email students, and so forth. And when you're done, you can click clear room. So let's go back to our launch tab. So I showed you guys how to create a quiz with Socrative, show you guys how to administer the quiz, showed you guys how to administer Space Race. The next thing is an exit ticket. All right, I know in my classroom, we do exit tickets all the way. That's a great way for me to see if my students really grasp the concept at hand that day. You click exit ticket. Go back on your quizzes, click exit ticket, and that brings you up to where the students need to log in through Socrative Student. The same way we did with the quiz, the same way we did with Space Race. They would type in your room name, their name, and it would start. So again, we went over creating a quiz through the quiz tab. You click add quiz and you click create. Go back to launch. We talked about how to launch a quiz. Click quiz. Make sure you want to cease all other activity. Select your quiz and whatnot. Same steps for Space Race and exit ticket. And at the very beginning, we talked about the quick question, where if you want a quick multiple choice question or a quick true false question or a quick short answer question, you can get that data you need. Again, Socrative is a cloud-based response system, and it's great for getting an understanding of students' knowledge. So it's a great way to assess students in a fun and engaging way. Please don't forget to submit your assignment. I need you guys to take a screenshot of, you click the quiz tab. I want you guys to take a screenshot of your quizzes tab. That way I can see that you have created one assessment and upload that to our Google Classroom page. Any questions, please let me know. Thanks again.